Holy shit, that trailer is fire. And thank you again to Rustlin for allowing me to use that in the beginning of this video. I've watched it like 30 times now, something like that. Well, it's finally here, guys. A lot of people keep asking me about this ViewPointV, like what is it and how do they download it? How do they install it? All these other fun things. I thought it'd be cooler to actually show you the demo of the ViewPointV script because it's not just for LSPDFR players. It is for the GTA 5 community at large. So feel free to share the video to your friends that don't even play LSPDFR if they love to play, single player. And also a little bit of cool information for the people that play 5M. He is working on a way to get this implemented into 5M. Let's dive in. I'm going to show you the cool gameplay mechanics with ViewPointV. I'm going to show you the different camera settings, all this other cool stuff. And at the end of the video, I'll show you how to install it. Here's the ViewPointV demo. Now, we're starting off as Franklin. You can use this in story mode, or you can use this with LSPDFR. Tons of other scripts. You can decide which camera you want to leave on or off. And you can turn these on and off, by the way, right here. See the camera switch notification. I'm going to turn it on just so we know what view setting we're using. And so this is the third person view, with ViewPointV, which I think is pretty cool. I like it. So now let's get to ViewPointV first person. This is what it looks like. Maybe you don't want the overlay. That's perfectly fine. Everything's adjustable with this mod. And then the HUD settings, we're going to go ahead and take the reticule. You can take it off right here at the very top. You can disable it. But I'd prefer to go ahead and enable it and turn it way down to a 1. So that way it looks a bit more natural as well. A little bit easier to aim with the reticule on. But maybe the camera angle is a little bit too high. Everything could be adjusted within ViewPointV. You'll notice when we're aiming, the camera still looks too steady, right? Maybe you want to have a little more of a cinematic view when you're aiming. And right here, you can turn cinematic mode on aim. Now we get the cinematic view as you're aiming, a little bit more of a camera shake, which I think is a little bit more realistic. There's a recoil shake amplitude. So if you're not happy with the recoil shake amplitude, and there's like no recoil, right? Maybe it's a little too steady. How about we crank it up? A little bit better in my opinion. This is the head camera angle right here. The head camera view, he's been working with this quite a bit. And as you run, it's not overwhelming. So he's corrected quite a bit with that. We could also link our regular and aim cameras. So we'll go ahead and link that. This is what it looks like right here with the head camera view. I switched up uniforms. This is the shoulder camera angle view. This is my police officer uniform. There's quite a bit of movement with this one. It does have a really nice view whenever you're aiming. Here's the cool part with ViewPointV. Everything is adjustable. I love the fact you could change the offsets. So maybe we move it off to the left. We're going to go into his body. We're going to lower this down a little bit. Now we're going to move it forward. So now you'll notice when we aim, you'll notice that we actually see the microphone there on his chest, which is really cool. And this is a really cool view right here. If it's clipping a little bit, don't worry about it. Maybe you want to bring it forward just a little bit more. That's a good angle right there. That'd be good for, say, body cam right there, right? And there's no body cam overlay, so how about we turn that on? And let's turn on body cam overlay. Here's the chest camera view right here. Here's the aim setting for the chest cam. By the way, the Axon body cam overlay to the top right, you could take that on and off with each view setting. And then also he's going to be probably adding in some sound that he'll probably make it, adjustable to the point where you can have it on and off, however you decide to do that. But I sent him over some sound files for some good body cam sounds, and we'll see if he can kind of maybe implement that at a little bit later stage. But he's kind of working all of that. Here's the first person camera angle view again with ViewPointV. Maybe the aim is a little bit too high for you. Maybe you don't like that. How about we change that angle to any kind of aim angle we want? So check this out. We'll go to F9, and then we can unlink it right here. So link regular and aim cameras. Let's take that off, and you can link it to anything you want right there. Here's that shoulder camera angle view that we got down. That's a pretty cool setting right there. You can change the FOV a little bit closer if you want, or a little bit further away. Maybe you want to link that to the chest camera angle. Then we'll go down to the chest camera angle. So here's the chest camera angle right here. Here is the ViewPointV first person camera angle right here. Notice you have a lot more leeway, a lot more flexibility. You can look all the way around. And this feels a lot more natural, and you can see quite a bit around you. So that way, if you're driving pretty fast, you can make those sharp turns, not have to worry about running into AI so much, If you're not happy with the offsets, you can move it backwards. You can move it forward. You can raise it. You can lower it. You can rotate it just a little bit. You can change your G-force sensitivity range, either up or down. Here's the chase camera right here. So if you're not happy with the jerkiness of the way the camera looks, whenever it's kind of focusing in and out like this, you can turn the G-force sensitivity range down as well. And now you'll notice the G-force being turned down, that the chase cam is not as jerky. It gives it more of a smooth look. You can also change your global settings. You can rotate it as well. The camera angle stays there to the left. Here's the invert drift camera. And the cool thing is you can change the offsets with this as well. To the right, to the left. I'm going to bring it in a little bit, and you can bring it down. It gives that much more authentic look with the dash cam view. So this is what the dash cam view would look like for this particular vehicle. Change the FOV. And because we were in first person view when we first got into the vehicle, if you press your exit button, you'll go right back into first person view with that aim setting that we saved earlier. And for this part of the demo, we're just going to spawn in a Banshee, for example. We'll bring it back a little bit. Take out that Axon body cam overlay. No reason to have it for the Banshee. Change the FOV setting, either forward or backwards. Take the camera effect off as well. And there's the close. There's the medium. There's the far. But maybe you don't want to get those notifications anymore. You get tired of seeing those camera angle view notifications. And let's turn that off right there. Here's the ViewPointV first person. Is it too low? You can raise it up a little bit. Maybe the G-force is going to be too high. Just crank that down just a tiny bit. Here's chase cam. You can raise the camera up with this as well. Yeah, that's nice. Let's go to another view that's in beta stage. It is called the cinematic chase cam. Check this out. Let's say if we got some really good speed here and we hit this vehicle right here, that's the effect that you're going to get. You can configure the collision FX in the main menu. You can tone down the length of the effect. You can lower it to where it happens more often at a lower speed, or you can raise it to only occur if you're at high speed. You can enable or disable the time cycle, the blur, the reverb, or the shake. You can take all the default off. Take off head, shoulder, and chest. For the ViewPointV angles for the vehicle, I'll leave on first person, cinematic, and dash cam. And this is what it would look like. Right into first person. Cinematic chase cam. Or we can go to dash cam. And for the collision FX, got it set to about right here. We get out of the vehicle, the effects still affect us. And eventually fade away. That's going to go ahead and wrap up our demo. If you want to check out the install process, then watch this part of the video coming up. Thanks for watching. If you stuck around the video this long, that means you're really interested in the ViewPointV script. I'm going to show you how to install it and the requirements that you need to get this thing to run properly. And just note, this is not just for people that play the GTA 5 police mod LSPDFR. We're going to go over some requirements that you're going to need to download in order to get ViewPointV to work correctly. I'll give you links to all these things. It'll be down below in the description, so take a peek at that. You will need to have ScriptTook-V. Some people call it ScriptTook-5. We're also going to download this mod right here called Dismemberment and Gore. Now, we only need one tiny file from this particular mod right here. Now, the reason why we want to install this is because it will remove the head during certain camera angles, so there's no clipping involved whenever you're looking through that particular view. If YouTube recommended my video to you and you do not play LSPDFR, that is the GTA 5 police mod, and you do not use RageHook for any kind of modification for your game, then you want to get this version of ScriptTookV.net. It is by Crossfire. The majority of people watching this video are going to probably play LSPDFR, but this one right here is created by Nightly. So you want to get the ScriptTookV.net by Nightly if you play LSPDFR, and it makes a difference to the way you install ViewPointV. Now, the majority of people watching this video probably already have most of the stuff installed, but we're going to go through this anyway, really fast, really easy. We're going to pull up our main game directory. I'm sure you guys already know how to get there. We're going to pull up ScriptTook. We're going to open the bin folder, and you're going to install the Dinput 8 and also the ScriptTook. So just these two files right here, we're going to pull this into the main game directory. I already have it. I'm going to go ahead and replace it. Now, since I play LSPDFR, I downloaded the ScriptTookV.net by Nightly. You may want to think about using the Nightly version, as it really helps your Rage plugin hook to keep it from crashing. And we're going to go ahead and copy everywhere you see ScriptTookV.net, and we're going to drag it right down here into your main game directory. If you have an old version, you may want to think about replacing that. For the dismemberment, pretty easy to install. We're going to open this up. You only need the ASI right here. You see that file called dismemberment ASI. You want to put that in your main game directory as well. So just drag this into your main game directory like you would a trainer, or just like you did the last two downloads. Just drop it in here. I already have it installed. No reason to replace it. Let's install the ViewPointV script. Now to install the ViewPointV script is pretty easy. However, if my video is a little bit confusing, just go to the README and you'll see pretty much everything we're covering right here in today's video. So be sure to read that. Over to the left, we have our main game directory. Now some of these files are going to be going into your scripts folder inside your main game directory. If you're looking at your main game directory, you don't even have a scripts folder and you're new to modding, don't worry about it. Right click in an empty space, go to new, and then create a new folder, and you're going to call it scripts, just like this. SCRIPTS. It needs to be spelled exactly that way. Now in that scripts folder, you go ahead and open that up. I've got a lot of scripts installed, but if you're new to modding, yours may be blank. Don't worry about it. Now, if you do not use Rage Plugin Hook or Play LSPDFR or even heard of those mods before, then you should be using the community script tookv.net by Crossfire, and you're going to use this folder right here. However, if you do play with Rage Plugin Hook and you play LSPDFR, then you should have downloaded the scripttookv.net by Nightly, and it is this folder right here. Now, since I play LSPDFR, I'm going to go into this folder right here called the Nightly version. And you'll notice there's a scripts folder right here. There's also a download me text right here that you can read. And this is what it says right here, which we've already done this, is we downloaded the dismemberment ASI, and we already have that installed. Over to the left, you'll notice that we're already inside our scripts folder. We're going to open this scripts folder to the right. And you'll notice something in particular, that this one here is called ViewPointV-Nightly. That way you know you're installing the right one. But if you're using the other scripttookv.net, it will not say Nightly. We're going to grab the entire contents, including the ViewPointV folder, and you're going to drag this right into your scripts folder. I already have this, but I'm going to go ahead and replace it. If you're updating ViewPointV, you do the same thing. You download it and just replace your old one. So now we have our files in our scripts folder. If you want to dive into the ViewPointV folder, I'm going to show you something really fast. So if your folder is pretty empty with just an overlay folder and just one config file like a controls INI, don't worry about that. Because once you get inside the game and use the mod and use the menus, it'll probably save these INI files for you. So don't freak out if you don't see all of this. But one thing in particular, if you go to the controls INI, you'll notice the menu key is defaults to the F9 key. If you need to make some changes and rebind it to a different key, make changes here, come up here and go to save. We're going to back this up real fast, and we're going to back it up again until we get to this location right here. Next, we're going to be using a program called Open4. Now, some people call it OpenIV. It kind of depends on how you refer to it as. I like to call it Open4 only because it came out the same week that GTA 4 was released. Now, if you're not familiar with Open4, or maybe you wanted to get it, you just don't know how to download it, don't know how to install it, how it works, look to the top right of your screen. There is an updated video on how to work Open4, how to install it, how to get certain mods into certain folders, and a lot of good useful information on that video. Be sure to check it out. It's not very long, I promise. And for those of you that are using Open4, or maybe it's been a while, just make sure you go to Tools up at the very top, go to your ASI Manager right here, and you want to make sure all of these are in green. If for some reason these are in blue, make sure that you install these. Really easy to install, as you can see right there. Just install 3 of them. Your ASI Loader, Open4 ASI, and then Open Camera. We'll go ahead and close that. Next, we're going to go ahead and turn on edit mode. I show you a quick pro tip that most YouTubers will never share with you guys, but since I love you guys, might as well share it with you. See our ViewPointV zip file, right? Let's take this font folder from the zip file. Let's pull it to desktop, where you can do extract to. And also this VFP animation disabler. We're going to pull that one to desktop as well. Now we have everything else installed. We're going to close this zip file. Now there's a reason why I told you to do that. We're going to take these 2 files and bring them right here. So we have the font and the VFP animation disabler. Now the whole purpose of having these on our desktop is that it makes transferring files from one folder into Open4 a lot smoother. You don't get the red circle with the line through it, or any kind of error messages, or simply just unable to do it. So with them being on your desktop like this, it seems to flow a little bit more natural with Open4. We're going to open up the font folder. If you're not happy with the font, or if it messes something up on your screen, you're just not happy with it, then you can use the uninstall. But for now, we need to install this thing. You're going to take this file right here, the install font, and you're going to drag it right into Open4. Now, if for some reason you still have that red circle with a line through it, then what you want to do is click anywhere in the white. Click right here, click once, and now try it. Drag it right into Open4. And you can see it's a font replacement for overlay and menus. We're going to click on install, and then we're going to go to the mods folder. If you don't have a mods folder, don't worry about it. It will create one for you. I'm going to click on mods folder, and then click on this word right here, install confirmation. And then we're going to click on close. And for those of you that have been using ViewPointV over the last few weeks or the last month or so, just make sure you install the latest font installer that included with this particular download. And now we're going to install the VFP animation disabler. This has to do more when you're inside the vehicle. It keeps certain animations from happening, mainly in first person. and it makes the camera angles look a lot smoother. Open this file, and same thing goes with this one. We're going to drag this install animation disabler right into Open 4, just let it fall. And you can see right here, disable player animations for vehicle first person camera. We're going to install and click on mods folder. Click on install confirmation. And that's it. You just install a ViewPointV script. Very rarely will I ever tell someone that it is worth purchasing something. So my honest opinion, is it worth purchasing over Patreon? The prices are low enough for sure. So my answer is yes. Not many people in the modding community even know about this script or even use it. My advice is go visit Rustlin, support him over on Patreon, and you'll see what I'm talking about. He's always looking to improve this thing. And like I said, he's very receptive to suggestions or recommendations if he can make it work. Hit the like button, leave a comment down below, let me know. We'll see you on the next patrol. Take care, stay safe.